All right, what's up and what's going on, everybody? This is Al, and I'm coming in with this one. Basically, I used to be a delivery driver, right? I used to do Uber Eats, Grubhub, and we had a local app down here in Texas called Favor. I used to have a channel, and it was mainly about the gig delivery service. I ran from 21 to 25, and basically I had videos up where I gave in-depth leadership as far as what you can do in the gig delivery games, how to make it work in your best behalf, things that I didn't believe in after everything changed in 22. After 2022, that is when the formula of the gig game actually came to a halt and we wasn't seeing money anymore. So basically we made videos about how to make better decisions so you don't lose money, because let's face it, everything you do in the gig game is all you except for the app. Other than that, you are responsible for all your benefits that comes along with the gig game. So again, I'll never tell anybody to jump in this full strength. I always and still believe it is meant for retirees and for people that have a main job, right, with the salary, benefits, the whole shebang. And if you want to jump on these apps and make a little extra money for yourself, if you have a good enough and a great enough market to do so, then I say go for it. I mean, it's just like having a second job. The only thing is you just still have to remember that you are responsible for everything that comes along with it. Because even people that get a second job at, let's say, a Home Depot, Walmart, let's say some store or something like that, there's security there, right? You only have to drive and arrive at that department, and then you go inside the building. Your car's outside. There's no gas being wasted. You don't have no worries, right? It's just sitting out in the parking lot. When you're doing the gig game, that's a whole different animal. You are constantly, if not always, on the move, right? Depending on what type of driver you are. When I used to do this, I was stationary. I would go and I would sit myself in locations and I would just let the orders come to me, right? I was the nucleus and I just let the orders come to me. I did not drive around up and down the street. I was not trying to pass up restaurants hoping that if they're open, that as I'm driving by, all of a sudden I get a hit. That's wasting gas. That's putting miles on your vehicle. That's wear and tear to your vehicle. That's taking a chance of actually getting in an accident, right? Because let's say you get an order and all of a sudden you have to veer to the right. Well, if you're not paying attention, you may get hit by somebody. That can happen. There are stories out there that are just like that. But my whole point in this matter is in 2026, I'm still with you guys as far as drivers. I'll make comments about, I can't believe that drivers are still doing this. And the main reason is because of what the apps have done and what they have accomplished and left drivers out in the cold, right? They depend on your loyalty, but you cannot depend on theirs. That is why drivers have to have multi-apps. They have to have more than one app under their belt because the activation is real. Sometimes one app does not do what another app does, but it does do something at a certain point of time. Like Grubhub, I could always count on Grubhub during the middle of the, not the middle, but the end of the day. So we're talking about the dinner session, right? I could count on Grubhub. But if I had to rely on Grubhub in the morning and lunchtime, I got burnt. I did better after everything opened and all restaurants were available for Grubhub. But during the morning hours and lunch, you only had a few and you really didn't make no money. They had McDonald's, they had little restaurants, little Mexican restaurants and things like that, but there was no money on it. So I would make my money after everything on Grubhub side opened up, like steakhouses, Chinese, things like that. That is how I saw my money with Grubhub. So it all worked itself out. You just had to know which apps did what. So you had to understand your market, right? But this one right here is something that I seen, and there was a gig tuber that was talking about and he displayed a video of someone that I guess they ordered from Walmart, and they ordered some rocks, right? When I seen the bags, they look pretty heavy, and they left a cardboard piece out by the cart. You guys may have seen it, by the wheelbarrow. And it said, Walmart, place rocks in here. Now, common sense, when you want to use it, it's automatic. They want them in the wheelbarrow. That's common sense. I've had orders like that. I've had orders where people have left their carts out and they say, hey, place my items here, right? And I put them in the cart form when I used to do the deliveries in groceries, and I would put them in the cart. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to comprehend. But here is the kicker of why you make sure you follow those orders, because you're getting paid well. When I say you're getting paid well, I don't mean you're getting paid well. I mean, you're getting paid well. Whenever I did my deliveries, when I used to do this from 21 to 25, I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not believe in baseball what we call bunts. I swung for the fences, right? I went for the long bomb like we do in football, right? I was going for the hole in one like you do in golf. I was not trying to give any customer the satisfaction of getting something for nothing. Because I'm here to tell you, you cannot see what you're getting yourself into when it comes to making these deliveries. You will get shocked. And there's a lot of stories out there that will make you shake your head, and it's already too late. And it's not your fault. It's not the app fault. On this one, it is the customer fault, because you have customers that will try to get something for nothing. And they know the barriers. They know what that driver is going to have to go through once they arrive in their home of where they live, right? So let's take a case where I remember one time, and I'm glad that I had the idea in my mind already that I don't do something for nothing. You're going to pay me. And the reason being, I had to make a delivery from an H-E-B store here in Texas, right? And I remember that when I arrived, she left no type of messages of saying how difficult this delivery is going to be once I arrive. There was no thank you. I apologize for the inconvenience of once you get here, but this is what's going to happen once you arrive. I got there, and she had a double gate that had a code to it, right? The parking was so bad that vehicles were already in the parking lot and I could not get close to the vicinity. Then when I got through the gates, I had to walk down a long catwalk with her groceries, right, in tote. This was a back and forth situation, and I had to take them up flights of stairs to make this delivery. So all in all, when I got done, I know I had to make at least, it felt like I did, if I remember correctly, at least 6 trips, which means 12, because it's up, back, right? So it's 12 times that I'm doing this. And she had, she had drinks, right, on this list that I had picked up. Now, granted, back then, and even to this day, I still know this is the way they do it. You cannot see what you're getting. They tell you an amount, but it doesn't say heavy. It does not tell you that it does not give no destination of what it's gonna be like once you arrive, right? So I always practice when customers wanted something to deliver to them. You're paying me well over, especially when it was groceries. I always believed in 18 and above, depending on what the situation was. If it's 18, it's going to tell me how many items that I have to deliver, right? And I will base it off of that. So if it says $18 and it says maybe I'm doing 15, right? I'm doing 15 items. I'll do it. If it says I'm doing over 120, that customer is paying me well over $40 to $50 for that delivery, right? Because I don't know what I'm getting myself into, and I would not accept them. So I was swinging for the fences. And this is something that I still feel, even in 2026, especially with the price of gas. If you out here doing these deliveries, and I mean, you the person that says, hey, I'm doing it from sun up to sundown plus, right? If the price of gas is the way it is, I know you got people saying they make $300 easy, and that's cool. But when it's all said and done, the reality of that situation is if you're using your vehicle to make these deliveries, then it's gas costly. And you're not guaranteed to make $300 daily, right? There's no guarantees in that, because you have some days where customers take days off in your city, and you may not see that flow like you may see on the weekend when people get paid, right? And it is what it is when it comes to that dynamic. People shop and go out more when they know they have the cash on hand, right? When they know it's available, that there's no problem. They can splurge a little bit. If they want to get groceries, they can have them delivered to them, right? They don't want to go in and waste their gas. They'd rather just say, you know what? If I can pay this driver this much, I can pay the store this much. I'm saving a great deal of money without having to waste gas, right? I don't have to take a chance of getting in an accident. That's costly if something happens. I'd rather that driver do it. And that is when I put myself in the customer's shoes. That is what you have to do. Put yourself in the customer's shoes. Play by their strategy of what they're thinking and reverse it. And say, hey, if I'm going to do this, then you're going to pay me the worth of what I'm doing for you. I'm not doing something because my back's against the wall and here it is, I got to take this. That's another conversation. But this one is basically just saying, get paid really for your worth when you're making these deliveries, because you just don't know what you're getting yourself into once you arrive. Once you arrive, I'm telling you, it's different. Unless you're dealing with houses, that's the only time this sells itself. And it's still, you want to get paid. Time is money. Money is time. And you are responsible for everything. The apps are not giving you anything. They're not moving. They're going to keep it exactly like it is. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. They can care less. They got a million others that will do exactly what you won't do. And that's why I never took lowball runs, because I know they got a million other ones that will do what I won't do. And I would not deliver lowball runs. That's just me. Swing for the fence. Always think positive when it comes to this. Right now, you got people that are high signing about making serious cash in the delivery game. If that is something that is possible, that can still happen, then good luck with that. Me, myself, I got burnt out because everything that I wanted from it, I wasn't getting anymore. And when I seen that wasn't happening, I said, I'll be damned if I'm going to make deliveries to somebody for $5. I don't care if it is McDonald's. I don't care if it's Wendy's. I can care less. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I am not giving a customer the satisfaction of getting something for nothing. Just can't see it. So hopefully you guys are on that same type of page where you are making your worth valuable, right? Make yourself important. This may be deliveries, right? It's easy. There's really nothing to it. If you can drive, the only thing you're doing is putting yourself in the customer's shoes. It's not your house, so you don't know where they live, but that's all it is. It's like you picking up your own food and taking it to your house. Only thing is you're delivering it, and then you take a picture, right? Upload it, and then you move on and you get paid for it. But that's basically what it is. That's how easy this is. Nothing to it. It's easy. You just putting yourself in the customer's shoes. That's about it. But make them pay. Don't be afraid to say no. I wouldn't even do restaurants. I mean, not restaurants like McDonald's. I would be looking for those big dogs. If you live in that marketplace where you got Italian, Chinese, barbecue, big assignment orders, that is what you want to focus on. That is really how you get paid in this game. And if you're doing groceries, I would not do a lot of shopping pays. Look for the grocery places that allow you to pull up and then they bring the stuff out to you. You'll be surprised how much good money you can make from that. We used to make a killing in this area where I used to do it at. We used to do HEB, what they call HEB delivery runs. And the only thing we did was stand by in the parking lot, or if you're lucky, I can do it from the house. I used to do that from my house. And I would take these orders, go pick them up and bring them back to this side of my town where I live at, because mainly that HEB delivered to this area. They had different designated areas that they made their deliveries to. And this was my side. So basically, I can sit here, be doing something in my house, have my phone up, and then I will receive an order. Didn't waste any gas, didn't do anything until it's time to move. And if I didn't get the orders, oh well, so be it. I was only doing it for secondary reasons anyway, right? So it was no hit or miss. If I didn't do them, I just didn't do them. No big deal. If I didn't make no money that day, it was no big deal because it was secondary earn for me. My primary earn is a retiree, and I'm covered. Everything I want, all my bills get paid with no problem. But I was doing the delivery because in 2021, we were just making good money from it. And that's another story. That's another story. But this one is basically just saying, get paid your worth. Quit being afraid to say no to these apps and these customers, right? If they don't want to pay you, because that is how you get your money. Customers know this, right? They may act like they don't know the app is not paying you, but this has been going on so long that the people are using these apps, they know that the apps are not paying the drivers. So make the customers pay if you're going to do this, because, hey, that's how you got to get your money. You can't get it from the app. So with that said, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Peace.